The message that I would want to give to people by this cycle is to show the normal faces of these great two saint personalities. They were not only the popes, but they were the personifications of God's love, God's goodness, and the joy, the carità. And their beautiful quotes are still very valid to modern society, not only to the Christian people, but they send a message of hope, peace, the need of forgiveness and dialogue between different cultures, different religions, and also they underline the meaning of suffering. That suffering isn't without any meaning, that we can also get a lot of strength from suffering, which mostly they were like examples, as we can see the death of John XXIII before he suffered, also His Holiness John Paul II. Most of his pontificate was an example of how suffering has meaning, and that is also a message that I would like to give to all.
10 portraits each of John Paul II and John XXIII are being exhibited across Rome, some of them outside the main churches like St. John Lateran, St. Mary Major, and St. Paul's outside the walls. The artist Anna Gulak, a young Pole, sculptor and painter.
At first I was inspired by the personality of the great Pope John Paul II when I was asked to do a papal medal after my first year of studies for him, and it was commissioned by the Vatican. And I studied a lot of pictures of his face. I was inspired by his face because for me he was not only a religious leader, a great saint, a great pope, but he was a modern man of great charisma. He was a modern Peter of our times. He was a great leader, philosopher, but he was also emphatic, a simple man. So I wanted to show all these his qualities to other people, that he was not only, as I said, a religious leader, but he represented the fullness of Christian humanism for me. And then after the news that they will be canonized together, I decided to fulfill the cycle with portraying the faces of John XXIII, because they had a lot of similar qualities, as gentle as goodness. They talked a lot about peace.
In fact, her drawings of St. John Paul II had already been completed a few years ago. It was just a few months ago that she began those of John XXIII.
It was as I am a believing person, it was a great blessing that I could be here in Rome during the canonizations, and you could feel the greatness of the moment. It was a wonderful and happy day, and I'm very happy because for me he was, as for many thousands and millions, he was holy, as was John XXIII during their life. But right now, when the Catholic Church made it official, it's a great thing, as one might say.